Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, I think we've pushed the Sky-Watcher 130p about as much as we can push it now. So I think it's time to get serious. So we've got a new OTA, we've got a new DSO cooled camera, we've also even got a filter drawer as well. So I'll have a quick unboxing of the OTA and the camera. It has been out of the box before, but I'll do a quick unboxing and show you what's in it. Strictly speaking, I'm not supposed to have the OTA yet because it's a Christmas present from my other half, but we will have a quick look at it, and hopefully the weather will be clear enough soon that we can get some imaging done, because at the minute it's been a bit dismal. Anyway, welcome back to Ours the Astro. So here we have our new OTA, optical tube assembler as it's called. What we went for in the end was a Quattro 150p. So that's a 6-inch Newtonian. It's an F4, but it comes with a coma corrector / reducer, which reduces it down to an F3.45, I believe. So that makes it technically an astrograph. So perfect for what we want to do with deep sky imaging. So let's crack on and open it up and see what we can see. Oh, and there she is in all of her glory. Look at that. Excellent. So, first of all, let's have a look at what we've got in the extra boxes. This down a second, I'll have a look. So, in the accessories pile, we have a finder scope. Probably won't end up using that. That's it. So there's a finder scope bracket. I think it's a 6x30 finder scope, but we'll be using guide scopes on which we've already got, so we won't need these at all. So we can put these to one side. What else do we have? So this, I believe, is an extension tube. So if you do want to use this for optical, you can slide this into here. Oops, into there, and then you can put your standard eyepieces in. And the extension tube is just to make sure that the eyepiece will reach focus, because if the eyepiece is right down here, it will not reach focus in this OTA. And then you just get a little spanner and a screwdriver. Always handy to have a couple of little spare tools. Put them down to one side. So then we have the actual OTA itself. How would I do this? So that pops out over there. there. Slide that to one side. Oh, and here we go. Careful with this. Very nice. Ah, excellent. So, what we have, take a little sun warning sign, because you always get warnings not to point them directly at the sun with most telescopes. So what we have here is a Crayford focuser, which appears a bit jammed. I'll take that off. There we go. Well, that's just wedged in. You've got a thing to measure the tension on the focuser, and this is a 10 times reducer for very fine, accurate focusing. And then that's to wedge it in position so you can't move it anymore. Yeah, that wedges it in. Excellent. Looks good. They always come wrapped in these cellophane parts, so let's get that off. I have no doubt that this will need collimating. It'll have been packaged in China, and then it's probably not been touched again since, so it will most likely definitely need collimating. Tighten the tube rings back up. Just close in. And to be too tight. Just look at the eyepiece. All that. It actually looks quite well collimated, but we won't know until we get a laser in it properly. But very clean mirror, very new. You can see down the mirror there. Looks really good. Excellent. Put the dust covers back on. So the difference between this and the 130 that we've been using is the 130 comes with a terrible focuser. I mean, it's good for visual and you can attach cameras to it, but it's a rack and pinion focuser rather than this, which is a Crayford style focuser. Which is a lot more stable. Excellent. That's obviously what was stopping it from turning initially. Yeah, that locks it in place really. Remember to take that off. All the collimating screws are on the back. Collimate the primary mirror, which is the standard thing for the front. You probably will need collimating at some stage. So that's it. Oh no, before I forget, we have got this puppy. So one of the advantages of this one is with the larger field of view camera, which is what we've got with the new DSO cooled camera, you will get coma towards the edges of the image. So what we have is a coma corrector, and this is a coma corrector / reducer. There we go. So this screw edge on has got a number of elements within it. If it's 3 or 4, which will correct for that coma, and this will just slot into here. So that should just slot straight into there, he says. There it goes. And then the camera will attach directly onto this M48 screw. Well, I say directly attach, you have to set up some backspacing between the camera and the coma corrector. So you need to have 55mm between here and the camera, but I'll show you how that works with the camera shortly, because it does come with quite a few accessories. So put that away in its box. So there we have it. Looking forward to getting started with this one. Got to get some really nice imaging done. So that we can also fit an autofocuser on here as well. That's something else we need to look at. Adding an autofocus on it. Looks a little bit twisted around that focuser. I'm assuming that's just how it came, because there's set holes within it. So anyway, thing to think about. Right, let's try this back away. Okay, so then we have our DSO camera. It does come in a brown box, stacked like this. You get, obviously, it's an SVBONY. So this is an SVBONY SV405CC. It's an IMX294 based camera. But it does come with a separate power supply, should you not already have one, but it's the standard 5.5mm external and 2.1mm internal. So it's just a pretty standard power supply, nothing special about that, so we'll leave that in the box. I have got the power supply that I originally bought for the AL55i mount, so you know, we've still got that, and also with the hem mount, what I'm doing is taking there's an power output on the top, and I'm using that to power the camera. As we add additional things, we'll look at what else we need to do power wise. Fingers crossed, everything should be able to feed from that top mount. So, taking the lid off, I literally have only had the camera out of this. I have not opened any of the other bits and pieces, so we'll do a little bit of unboxing. So this is the camera itself, comes in a nice little carry case, and when you put the lid off, you get to see the camera itself in all of its glory. It's quite a bit bigger than what the SV705 camera is. a lot of the bulk is purely in weight, in the cooling. You see there's cooling fins all the way through that. So this is a cooled DSLR camera. It can do minus 30 degrees of what the ambient temperature is, but where we are now in my house, this room it's got radiators and it is heated. It was struggling to get down past -6, and I would say ambient in here is about 22. So to get this to -10 to do a dark library, because with the cool camera you can do that, you don't have to be outside in the cold. I had to stand this near the door just to get some more airflow over it and to cool it down some more, but then it would sit at -10 quite happily. And some may think -10 might be a bit extreme, could well be. We will see in future endeavours. Quite a lot larger sensor size in this one. So it's a 4x3, I think is what they call the sensor style. It's not quite APC size, which would be like an IMX501, which is next, but no, tell you the half. We have had a trial run with it. You'll see a post my community page from a quick shot of Pleiades. It was very, very quick. I think it was 27 2-minute shots. It was the best I could do before cloud came in, and it's pretty much been clouded ever since. So that's the camera itself. The camera comes with, I should mention this, so it's an M42 thread. There, and this is an M42 thread as well on both sides, and I believe that is 11 millimeters thick. And the millimeters thick is important for when it comes to what we do with the other bits from this, because obviously we need to get that 55 millimeters back focus from the camera chip to the sensor. So my understanding, and somebody may correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the camera sensor is 6.5 millimeters below that height. This is 11 millimeters, so that gets you 17.5 millimeters from here to here. From the camera sensor to the top of that adapter. So then obviously we need to fill the rest out. So as you can see, I've not opened these at all, so let's see what we've got in each one. So that looks like M42, and that looks like M48, so that looks like an M42 to M48 adapter. Just put each one. That's what we've got here. That I believe is the reverse, so that's an M48 on the outside and an M42 on the inside. It's another adapter. I don't think we'll need that one just yet. That looks like a M42 straight through, so that should, in theory, crack onto that. My understanding is, if we are just going straight from the coma corrector on that, oh, I've taken that off, we need that one. That should screw into that, and there you have it. So that straight onto the coma corrector, should be your 55mm of back focus. Will that even fit on the end of that? That will even fit on the end of that, should we want to do it. But yeah, that should be enough for the back focus part of it. I've got anything to hand to measure it, but my understanding is that is enough. So you've got 6.5mm there, 11mm there, 21mm there, and 16.5mm there. Add them all up together, that should be 55mm. Excellent. So let's just take these apart again. Check the things in the right holes. Camera in there. So that's good, so we know what's going in what. I think the challenge arises with the other little bit of kit we bought, which I will go and get very shortly, but let's finish going through what else we've got in here. So, in case there's moisture builds up inside the camera, under where the camera sensor is, you get one of these, and this is to dry that out. So it's got some, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the word, which you put into here, screw it into the side of the camera, and it's used to dry that out. It will suck all of the moisture out basically. So that's what that's for. Got USB cable, collecting those now. We've got quite a few of those. We've got a M42 to 1¼ inch nose piece adapter. We're collecting those now as well. We've got a couple of those. Don't know what these are for. I don't know if these are spacers or could be spacers, just to adjust it. I'll have to check the manual on that one. We dropped a cleaning cloth on the floor over there. And then there's also that. So I wonder if that is to convert. Let's just check. I'm not sure why you get that, but it alters changes it from a square to a circular. Again, I'll have to check the manual on why that is, why it comes with that. That's an interesting one. Packing list, here we go. So you've got camera bag and camera, obviously. 2-inch cover, which is on there. Got an M42 to M48 adapter, that's that one there. A T2 to 1.25 inch adapter times 1. That looks to be I suppose, yeah, okay. So I think the T2 to 1.25 inch adapter will allow you, because it's got threads on the inside, so you can change this plate over, and then it's got T2 on the outside, and then it's got 1¼ inch thread on the inside. So you could screw a filter into that, I suppose, if you wanted to. If you've got like a 1¼ inch filter. We've got a better option for that. Fingers crossed. What else we get? So yeah, nose piece adapter, M42 to M48 adapter, which is 16.5 millimeters long, an M42 male to M42 female, which is 21 millimeters long, a T2 adapter, which is the one that's on there, that I know that's 11 millimeters long, and then you get obviously the user manual and a data cable. Excellent. Let's put that back in there in a minute. So, what we did also buy is this. This is a filter drawer. It comes with an Allen key, and it came with a M42 to M48 adapter, which I think we will need in this instance. Yep. And then there is the actual filter drawer itself. And a spare and another filter. So that's there. This looks like it's got a small filter in it, but this is actually just an adapter to go, so you can put either 2-inch filters or the 1.25-inch filters in either or. It doesn't really matter. You can just use them as an adapter. I think the other thing is the length. Towards the camera, because you have to think of the cone of light. The cone of light is actually reducing as it goes towards the camera. So if you've got this side of the camera, you might block out some light. So that's the only thing to kind of think of. Well, if you've got the 1 1/4-inch adapter in. So the question is how do we get this into the image tray? So on here we've got an M42 on this side and we've got M48 on this side. So this side would go to the telescope side and this side would go to the camera. All well and good, but how do we cope with the sizes? So as you can see, that and that are the same size, because that's 21 millimeters, so is that. So you can't use that. I said no, you can't use that. You would take that part out of the equation. So if you take that part out of the equation, that means the only thing you are left with is this part. This part goes onto the telescope. So you must have to use that adapter there to connect that into there. So camera goes straight on there. That goes straight onto the straight onto the coma corrector, and then that's the right spacing. Try that. Oops, that flew out. So yeah, that is then you can see, I don't know if you can see down there, but you can see by the with that in the way, the cone of light might be start getting a little bit too narrow for a 1 1/4 inch filter. But yeah, we'll measure all this and see what it comes out as, and there'll be quite a lot of weight that on the focuser, but yeah, it's basically how it all goes together, or will all go together. Excellent. Looking forward to some imaging. So that was the unboxing of the Quattro 150p, the SVBONY SV405CC, and the filter drawer is also, yes, it's an SVBONY product again. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to the images we can do with the Quattro. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Please do all the YouTuber usual nonsense of subscribing and liking and all that good stuff, and we will see you in the new year. Merry Christmas to everybody, and catch you in the next one.